This is a video clip from episode 10 of the Average Joe Lawn Care Show with Matt Martin. So, going into, segueing into what you were saying, we can talk about in a minute about the environmental stuff and like the positive impacts, good practices for lawn care and everything like that. Because you and I have talked about that a little bit in the past about just the positive things that can actually come from caring for a lawn appropriately, obviously. Just like what I know you've talked to me about, like the carbon uptake of grass and just plants in general when things are being done correctly. So, I'll use that for you to jump on or into that piece of it, going off of what we were just talking about.
Yeah. So, in the most simple of ways, when we're talking about plants, any plant, whether it's turf grass or trees or whatever, why they're generally regarded as positive assets to the environment is photosynthesis as a process. You're taking sunlight and carbon dioxide and turning it into energy, into carbohydrates, right? So you're pulling carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere, converting it into carbohydrates that are typically stored in the majority in the root system, and the plant is expelling oxygen, and that's that whole part of the process. So effectively, you're capturing carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen in its place. What a beautiful symbiotic relationship with humans, right? As we expel carbon dioxide and inhale oxygen, it would be part of our pathways to convert into energy, right? So, the piece that often gets overlooked is that as they categorize or group lawn care into being an industry of excess or an industry of misuse or inappropriate use or relatively regarded as stuff, there were some states that were designating guys who treated turf as non-critical. And the fact of the matter is that there's data out there right now that if you took into account the hidden carbon cost of mowing, maintaining a lawn managed under best management practices, you are actively sequestering more carbon dioxide than you're emitting, than your carbon costs are to actually maintain a lawn. And that is powerful because when you start to take into account the density in the sheer number of leaves you have in a lawn, and you compare that, say in a 10,000 square foot lawn, the number of leaves you have there working with photosynthesis, how much land space would be required, how much acreage would be required to have the exact same number of leaves across a forest? You would require so much more area to have the same number of leaves that you would in 10,000 square feet of turf. So the carbon sequestration rate of turf grass is 4 times higher than that of an equal area of trees.
Wow.
I'm not making the argument that we need to do away with trees. No. Everything occurs in balance, right? So what I am actively working on and what my day-to-day consists of is my whole end game in this ordeal in my career is if I would feel successful if I was able to shift the tide of lawn care into having a negative perception into a positive perception in regards to the impact it has on the environment. And that is doable. And there's a lot of headway being made, not just in academia, but also just in real world entrepreneurship, innovation that we're seeing from guys out in the field doing the damn thing. So that's what I'm going after.
Catch the Average Joe Lawn Care Show live on Friday nights at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on the Lawn Guardian YouTube channel. It's always fun interacting with the audience in the live chat during the show, so we hope to see you there. If you couldn't catch the live show, watch it recorded on the Lawn Guardian YouTube channel or listen to the audio version of it by searching Average Joe Lawn Care Show on podcast platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Google Podcast.